Mega bem-vindos de volta. Hoje já é outro sábado, dessa vez 26 de agosto. Eu não joguei, gente, nenhum dia. Pra não dizer nenhum dia, eu joguei um dia pra fazer a missão diária. Depois eu nunca mais entrei no jogo. Qual vai ser a minha estratégia aqui? As coisas em Sumeru já estão bem na reta final. Acredito que era só realmente terminar de falar com os personagens e tal. E ter uma cutscene final, alguma coisa assim nesse sentido. Fontaine já foi lançada. Porém, dado até esse meu grau de desânimo com o jogo, eu tô super com a Michelle e eu acho que é uma hora legal de investir aqui na gameplay em missões lendárias. Então depois de acabar essa parte de Sumeru, eu já vou direto na da Ganyu, que inclusive acho que tem uma cutscene super interessante. Acho que foi uma das primeiras coisas assim que o Matheus me mandou de Genshin, se eu não estou enganado. A Rutan com certeza eu quero gravar, a Eula eu posso gravar também, porque sei que ela é importante pro Matheus. A Raiden eu já ia gravar, porque eu sei que a Michelle e o Matheus têm um carinho muito grande por ela. A Kokomi, óbvio. E a Emiko, óbvio também, são as minhas campeãs favoritas, não tem como. E é isso, assim, então, continuar gravando. Vocês podem até acompanhar aqui, eu não sei se da outra vez eu mostrei, mas ó, não tenho nada de gema. Porque realmente eu não joguei nada, nem o evento, nem nada. Não sei se o evento tá dando gema. Não sei mesmo. Que realmente eu não entrei. Eu sei que eu tenho gema aqui, ó. Muita gema na conquista presa. Pra quando o Vente chegar, ou alguém mais interessante, eu gravar. Também resolvi colocar a Rosário, apesar dela não estar upada. Falta só Valberry. Mas é que...
We haven't seen Alhaitham anywhere. Let's ask that person over there. Hey there, have you seen Alhaitham around?
Yes, it seems Scribe Alhaitham has... But you're already the second group of people I've seen looking...
Oh? Who else was looking for...
Mr. Cave was just here asking about him. You would... Don't tell me everyone's here looking for gossip about...
No way. We're strictly...
Ah, I see. Sorry, I thought maybe...
Inadmissible evidence.
Misclique, galera. Engraçado, parece que a Kokomi já tá correndo aqui. Não sei se os heróis já andam assim. E a gente que é tão apressado que não nem... Mas eu acho super rápido, sei lá. Gente, sabadão chuvoso. Bom assim pra gravar, mas eu não tenho o menor interesse. Eu tô assim... realmente precisando que o jogo surpreenda bastante. Então, essa sacada da Michelle, ela falou isso há muito tempo antes, mas eu acho muito legal. A minha missão favorita, assim, das que eu me lembro, né, bem claro, é a da Deusa do Sal, que é uma missão lendária do Zhongli. Então, né.
Oh, he's over there. But it looks like he might not have time for us.
Just put down that worthless book and tell me what happened in...
This is not just some worthless book.
It doesn't matter. It's probably just another thing that you used your authority to get your hands on anyway. Just put it as...
Oh? You sound surprised.
Would I be here asking you if I knew? You're the scribe, not me.
Well...
Huh?
Oh, don't sound too surprised now. You're the
Será que
renowned
esse é o casal que o
Kave,
Matheus
light of
falava
the
que era
Kashara
super
War.
estável?
Besides, as a master builder and
Eu
craftsman,
gostei mais
chances
desse
are
moço
you'll be
aqui no ao
appointed
vivo
as
do que eu
a sage too.
esperava.
Why do I feel like you don't really mean...
What makes you say that?
Maybe it's because you've never said anything good.
Yeah, well, I share a similar sentiment. And anyone who knows you as well as I do, which...
You see? This is why I hate discussing anything with you. You're ridiculous and...
It seems that you're
Ha! What was your first...
Well, then you might as well.
Are you threatening me? Stooping to an... Ugh, and don't change the subject. You, a sage? What a joke. The academia might as well just close to...
Are they having a fight?
Forget what's going on with the academia. Haven't you been busy with your
Don't get me started.
So, what great build...
Like I need to tell you. Keep your...
No, I think we deserve to know.
I was in the desert for a large...
Acho que eu tava enganada, eu
Just
esqueci
truly
que existe
Hold on, wait a second.
Well,
em geral, um
while
período
you-
assim de transição
And you...
Look,
entre
all
uma
you really need to
região e
know is that
outra.
Bazaar and all his
Eu e
accomplices have
com
all been overthrown.
Inazuma foi aquele lugar lá das minas que eu não vi a hora
What
de acabar.
nonsense.
Que nem
It's
foi
no
ruim,
skin
mas
off my
foi
nose if
uma
you don't
baita
believe me.
transição.
You know what? I'll ask around. I'm sure someone knows what's going on here. You're dead if I find out you're lying to me.
Hey, Alhaitham.
Oh, it's you.
We're running some errands for Nilu.
What?
Nilu said she sent out a letter inviting everyone to a celebration feast in 2 days at the Grand Bazaar.
If she addressed the letter to all Hatham of the Ac... I've been busy these days, so I haven't had time to...
Have you always been so busy?
Of course not. I'm only busy these...
Tainari told us they all went to train in the Avidi.
That is already the best possible ending for the likes of them. 4 of the
As
6 great
missões
sages were
lendárias, a
possessed
gente
by
vai ter
their
que fazer
desire
na
for
ordem,
power and
porque
attempted to create a new
vocês sabem muito
god.
bem que eu já tentei
In
fazer
order
fora
to
de
pull it
ordem e não
off, they even
funciona.
imprisoned the other 2 rational sages. To imagine such things could take place in the academia. I don't know where to begin.
Yeah, you're right. Huh. Feels kind of...
Yes. It's said that when the academia was first founded, the Dendro Archon herself established the 6 great schools. Numerous Darshans have sprung up and faded. Only the 6 Darshans, attaching themselves to the 6 great schools, have stood the test of time and obtained. Now, the 6 Darshans are nearly synonymous with the 6 great schools, and the lead among the 6 great sages, unfortunately, only the sages from Vahumana and Amorta remain now.
So who's managing things in the other 4 schools?
Yes. Normally, new sages...
Oh, didn't you just say something about becoming a sage? If they pick you, then we'd have a huge connection in Sumeru.
Yes, about that. You didn't let me finish my sentence. The person in charge of personnel affairs nominated me to be the Grand Sage in place of Azar and help Lesser Lord Kusanali manage the academia. But... I'm not even interested in being one of the 6 great sages.
Oh, all right.
That's not my job either. I'm only responsible for handling important affairs within the academia before the new sages take... And the first thing I'll do is reject Kasharawar's application.
By the way, who was that other person just now?
Do we look like friends?
Paimon doesn't know.
His name is Kaveh, my roommate. You could say he's the representative for Ksharawar Skull, which is exactly why he always has so...
So everything that's happened recently must be a huge change for the people of...
Such is the work of the Academia School.
Well, anyway, no matter how busy...
Alright, I'll...
Let's move out.
Vocês estão vendo aqui a nota 2. Eu tô quieta porque não tá acontecendo nada. Mas tem que fazer, então vamos fazer. Eu acho que essas daqui eu posso nem gravar. Eu acho não. É o que vai acontecer. Eu não vou gravar. E só quando acontecer coisas importantes e interessantes eu volto e faço. Ou então eu já volto na missão lendária e falo o que aconteceu. Porque eu não tenho paciência. Porém, preciso terminar porque elas dão muito papado, né? Pô, vou colocar o bagulho no meio da árvore ou o porto é atrás? até atrás. Eu gosto desse porto. Acho ele bem específico e aleatório.
This is Port Ormos. Now where could...
Is that Paimon I hear?
Ah, que legal, né?
It's been a while.
Dunyarzad! It's been so long since we've seen you!
I'm doing well. I can go as far as saying, I don't know if you've heard, but Elazar has completely disappeared, and all the patients have recovered.
You kidding? Knowing them and the connections they've got, I'm sure they've heard about it.
Legal.
That's right. My lady is feeling better now, so I'm accompanying her for...
Why do you still call me that, Dia? You've already informed my father of your
I guess I'm just used to calling you my lady.
Resignation? You mean you're quitting?
Yeah, I might start losing my edge if I keep being a bodyguard for the Homayanis.
You know that my parents and I are fond of you, and that we appreciate you very much.
I'm not a woman that's easily persuaded. When I took this job, I had already decided that I'd quit as soon as you'd recovered. It's time for me to get...
So what are you gonna do now if you're not gonna be a...
I want to take a risky job, and...
Huh? But we literally just finished one of the most...
I know. If I hadn't joined in that plan with you, I wouldn't have come up with this idea. I guess I still get fired up by that feeling of going all out, and life is short. And I'm happy that I got to be a part of that operation. But the whole thing also made me realize that there are still many problems in Sumeru. And as a desert dweller, I'm still...
Well, I remember a friend...
You mean I'll hate them? I didn't expect him to still remember.
We just came from talking with a...
Did he tell you that he suggested that I come work?
What?
I heard that Azar and his cronies fell from power, and I'll hate them told me that now was a good time to find a job in the academia.
Whoa. Paimon can't see you being anything other than a mercenary.
Me neither. But I think Dia would...
Ugh, forget about it. I'll hate them probably just like the way I worked and knew I'm good in a fight. So he suggested I find some work.
But you know, if you take him up on the offer, Sino might actually agree and because you're super...
The Matra have all the talent they need as long as they have Sino. I prefer to be free to live however... In fact, I chose this job from the very start because I knew it'd be...
Even if being a mercenary means
A lion has to return to the wild sooner or later. If anything, being your bodyguard has been unfamiliar territory for me.
I don't want to see you go, but I'll respect...
I'm glad to hear you say that. Come on, no need for the sad face. It's not like we'll never meet again. Once the whole Dendro Archon thing is settled, everything in Sumeru will take a turn for the better. That makes me happy too. But a peaceful society will probably mean less demand for mercenaries like me. Before long, we'll be a dying breed.
Huh? But
Well, no, not yet at least. I promised my lady I'd stick around.
So, have you been in Port Ormos?
Oh, did Neil...
She heard that you were seen in Port Ormos.
Huh. It was probably sent to the...
Estou achando que é mentira que a Nilo não escreveu merda nenhuma pra ninguém.
Taking me on hikes, staying out even
Na
into the
verdade, a
night.
gente tá convidando porque ela sabia que as
Right.
pessoas iam
And
aceitar.
we tend to leave quite early in the morning.
So what it really sounds like is that the...
I bet the letter's at the reception desk. I'll go check later.
No wonder there wasn't a reply. You never received the letter. Good thing Nilu asked us to come and check on them.
Sorry to make...
It must be something important for Neil.
Yes, she said they were preparing a victory feast in the Grand Bazaar.
Great! I'll be...
Count me in too. But is there some sort of...
Since it's being organized by Nilu, I don't think she'll be too picky about that. If any...
All right, then this is...
The feast will be held in 2...
Sure.
Thank you so much.
Oh, by the way...
The General Mahamatra always comes and goes without a trace.
Oh.
But last time we met, he meant... As for Raman, your guess is as good as mine. I only remember he said... Don't mention it.
All right, I'm torn.
Eu ainda vou
It's
matar
been a
ela
while
fazendo
since
isso,
we
né?
last visited our... Ah, there's Sino!
What brings
E
you
aí,
here?
lenda?
We recovered well, and Tainari agreed to let us leave. So now...
It seems Gandharvaville's medical.
And Tainari...
That's good to hear.
Yeah! You're the one who brought...
You're welcome.
But... Why are you just...
I'm meeting some.
Oh! You mean...
I've already talked with Candace and the village chief. But you know one of the.
Oh, by King Deshret's blessing, my friend suddenly appears in the desert. Don't tell me.
Roman!
Oh, you know me?
Claro.
Whoa!
Don't worry, these are our friends.
I see.
I'm doing well.
Same here. Really, I feel that my whole life has started to shine.
Oh!
Yeah,
Alright, well, I suppose I've decided to leave the
What?
It's not that I've given up on being a scholar. Instead, I will no longer pursue research like a typical scholar. But I have not completely... I plan to leave the academia and return...
Wow! So you want to become a teacher?
Sataria will return to support education. She can't teach everyone on her own, but there are many of us Eremites all over Sumeru.
Yes. It's my hope that the Eremites can help me
Acho que essas
select a
coisas
group
estão
of smart
mostrando que as
people with
coisas
the
em
best
Sumeru estão
aptitude for
voltando
teaching.
a
I'll
se
teach them,
encaminhar por
and
meio
after
da
they
vida das
finish
pessoas que a
learning
gente
from that is the
conhece.
true meaning of...
The people
bem
of King Deshret
interessante
suffer
isso.
from sandstorms, exile, and ignorance. Miss Sataria is more than welcome to come teach. The stars have always guided caravans.
Oh, please. Where's all of this coming from?
You deserve these compliments. Mercenaries are accustomed to danger.
Sataria's idea will bring much good to many people.
At first, I feared it was just... As you know, all knowledge is under their surveillance and control. But what I heard at that time has been haunting my heart. As if there were lightning. Sataria, you treaded... Sataria, what... These words sparked something in me. I gathered up the courage to approach the...
Azar has received much needed punishment. Though, if.
Lord Sino helped me obtain permission to leave the academia for the desert. And my plan was able to go smooth.
You're all doing so much.
Aside from that, I also have.
Lesser Lord Kusanali has allocated many resources to support and develop the desert. I applied for a few batches of educational materials from the
That's exactly what the people here need. Physical books and other related items.
Apart from this, the academia is also recruiting scholars that are willing to teach, and that we must be persistent about this.
This is the first time in. Remember these words. Here lies our faithful priest. I hope people with wisdom like that.
Enough about us.
No, not at all. Neva wanted to write to everyone. A celebration feast will be... At the feast, we'll also be celebrating... although... Judging from your appearance, it seems you've already been reinstated.
Celebration? Feast? It's the first I've heard of it.
Tainari was right. He really did...
This feast is for you.
It's rare to see that kind of expression from Lord Sino.
No, not really.
Well, I still have a lot to handle here.
I'm afraid I won't be able to join you. Although, the message is, I'm sorry for how I treated you before. But now I understand the beauty of your dance. You and the art you symbolize are not only beautiful, please keep dancing. And some...
Okay, we've got all that down. Our job here is complete as well.
Got it.
Today's the big day. Let's go to the
Gente, agora eu tenho ficado muito em Inazuma. Eu gosto muito desse lugar. É muito excêntrico, né? Pra quem gosta de Japão e tal.
Everybody's already here. Looks like we're the last ones to arrive.
You're here.
Ah, there you are.
Well, look who finally decided to show up.
You look like you came here immediately after finishing up some work.
But we're not late, are we? It's just that everyone else arrived.
I propose that the last one who arrived be put in charge.
Nah, there won't be any speeches.
Oh, really?
Come join us over here. Let's share some great food and drinks. And chat about—
Everything looks...
Wow, Paimon can't wait. Whoa, it's so delicious.
The food was specially prepared for you by everyone in the Grand Bazaar. And we have gifts that were sent. Everyone that came said that you saved Sumeru.
Ah, feels kinda nice to be seen as a hero.
Being a bodyguard is also a hero's job.
My lady.
And
Gente,
I'm
mas é
happy to
verdade.
meet
Dessa
everyone.
vez eles
Don't mention
salvaram
it.
Come to think
real
of it,
Sumeru.
we've really done something impressive.
We owe it to our
Sumeru
abilities.
tava bem na merda
And
mesmo.
luck.
Really? Why do I remember everybody thinking that luck was against us and feeling like we...
That's how I remember
Lembre-se que a
it
galera
too.
tava sendo controlada via sonho,
It's
essas
luck
coisas
that
assim.
brought us together, and it was luck that led. Moreover, just
Yeah. It was almost like a performance. Everyone played their part.
So, would you say we're good actors too?
It's such a blessing that Lesser Lord Kusanali was able to return.
Yes, even after being abandoned and neglected so many times. Lesser Lord Kusanali once used all her power in a great disaster, which resulted in her losing all her wisdom and memories of the past. The Academia. This should be something everybody should remember. Huh? You look surprised.
no,
That's
Something wrong?
Yeah, what's with that face? You knew all of this already.
Even if those two giants of those sages really have some nerve. 500 years ago, Lesser Lord Kusanali used all her power for the people of Sumeru.
O Kadeva até queria ver ela assim como jogável, né?
If you bite the hand that feeds you, don't act surprised when it turns.
Perhaps I shouldn't say this, but their treatment of...
You could simply
É
tell
porque na
Lesser
verdade
Lord
ela se
Kusanali that
considera
you.
I
melhor a
respect our
mesma pessoa
deities
que a Lorde
while we're on
Kusanagi.
this topic.
Are you trying to say that I'm fit to be?
Not at all. But every person handling the...
Why? Because he.
Could you?
But seriously, though,
I did have my own motive. If the rules of our nation were suddenly cast by
by that you mean your life work.
precisely,
Wait,
So, that's the only reason why you joined?
it's reason enough.
You've certainly got quite.
You flatter me.
All right then. How about you?
That's right.
will you be happy with that?
It's not about being happy.
Even so, keep your spirits up and try to be happy, okay? And try to smile more.
Morri com a Nina.
Thank you.
Todos? Ah, vou falar com a minha ordem de preferência, né? Quem eu conviveria de
The
verdade,
atmosphere
somente
here is
com
good.
ele. Que é a única
And
pessoa que
everything
fica
is
em
delicious.
silêncio.
I don't often come to such places. I have a lot to handle these days.
Ah, sim, eu fico feliz, eu gosto dele, da personalidade. De você eu não gosto, não. E nem da personalidade.
Ah, there you are. Well, how is it? Are you enjoying the... It's the first time I've ever invited so many exceptions. You see, every guest here is quite extra. Make sure you live it up tonight. I'll be happy as long... I'm honored to have her think of me this way. If I have a chance, I can't explain why.
My lady, the grilled meat over there?
Yes, I also tried. What an amazing.
You said it. Oh, look who else is here.
Hello. Oh, I'm so happy Nilu invited everybody.
Hey, less of that polite chit.
I seldom participate in such live. No. The Grand Bazaar is like that happiness is in a. I see. Oh well.
Hey, what's wrong? Your head is starting to droop. Hey, you can't just fall asleep here. Paimon will go find something delicious for you to eat. You wake up, of course. Just wait.
Acho que a Haka Devata vai falar com a gente, né?
It's me.
Ah,
You may blame me for being a bit too self-indulgent. I was thinking about the connection between us is amazing. It's like Flora and the... I heard there's an amazing celebration feast today at the Grand Bazaar. Lately, I've been so busy dealing with all the fallout from recent events, so I really haven't had... Although you've already helped me with a lot, there's still... Please say thank you to isn't... But if I just show up all of a sudden, what if I end up scaring them and ruining... Yes, I have. You said I should go thank everyone as myself, right? So, I've decided to borrow your body for the time being. Please don't blame me. The Flora also climbs up to... Everyone! Are you awake now? Paimon was just about... It's me. Huh?
Hold up.
I didn't expect to have a conversation with the consciousness of Lesser Lord Kusanali in the Grand.
No, of course not. Are you?
Hello, Nilu.
You know who I am?
Yes. I already know every one of you. Nilu, Alhaitham, Sino, Dia, Paimon, and Dunyarzad.
Lesser Lord Kusanali?
I took the liberty of occupying the traveler's body so that I... Thank you so much for rescuing me, even if that meant placing your own safety in peril. Without you, had you not helped me to resolve the crisis, not only I, but people refer to you as the heroes who managed to rescue a god. I'm quite fond of this name. Please, allow me to present...
Lesser Lord Kusanali, you have done so much for...
Dunyarzad, the suffering you endured during your illness is...
You don't need to be so ceremonious.
This is how the relationship between the Academia and Dendro Archon should be. We just did what was necessary.
You're an Archon, but you act so humble. You really don't need to be so polite with us.
eu amo isso nela. Ela é muito humilde.
I'm honored to
Ela é a
have
minha
been able
arconte
to take
favorita.
Thank you, all of you. Thank you
Já
so
falei muita
much.
coisa sobre ela, como ela própria foi a única arconte que realmente assumiu a responsabilidade. A única.
Yeah. Are you awake? Did you rest well? After Nahida left, you ate a lot of food. You've become a glutton. That means you still have a... Alright, since you're awake now, she should be in the academia right about...
É isso, em geral, a despedida, né? Eu vou perguntar tudo, que no final eu sempre pergunto tudo, porque eu sempre esqueço tudo. Olha a lenda aí, ó. Olha a lenda aí.
Nahida! Hello, traveler. What a fantastic night. So are we. And is there anything you want? He's still in a coma. I've hidden... I know you have many misgivings about him, but as someone who... Don't worry. I'll keep an eye on him. In addition, there are still some mysteries left in him. Some things his future will be determined. After recent events, the Akasha can know... I've given it some thought, but this is definitely not a bad thing. The
Concordo com
Akasha's
você.
centralized administration of knowledge has always restrained people's curiosity and curtailed
Exatamente.
them. Although people may initially feel a little uncomfortable with the loss of the Akasha, and as for the future of the former sages have received their punishment. I hope that the new 6th grade... The other big issue is the people of... I've already taken some measures to address... You mean... what happened after the doctor put you to sleep? You guessed correctly. The top-ranked Fatui Harbingers, up to number 3, possess... However, in spite of the bad situation, I still managed to make a fit. I'm sure you remember the entity that changed your fate. The Heavenly Principle. In fact, the Heavenly Principles has been quiet since the Conria disaster 500 years ago. I told him that the Heavenly Principles may be awakened if I destroy the Gnosis. Although it's just... I assumed that the Heavenly Principles wouldn't just stand by and let such extensive damage to its laws take place. And as for what the exchange served as both punishment for the Doctor, as well as a boon of new knowledge.
Maravilhosa.
Is that where you're headed next? As far as I know, that nation... Does their Archon personally judge people? No, there's a Chief Justice in Fontaine. Generally speaking, however, even then, Fossilor will still make herself present at just about every trial. As Archon, she still reserves the right to Anyway, let's just say she's got... Are you sure? Isn't there something else? Huh? While you were resting at Gandharvaville, I took some time to perform an Irminsul search for information on your brother. Yeah! Isn't Irminsul a repository for all the information? This is true in your case. However, there must be something different about your brother. Because as it turns... What? There's only one possible... But nothing about this makes any sense! Wasn't this your first trip to Teyvat? According to the records I was able to access, after the Conria disaster, he began his... But just as his journey was about to reach its conclusion... What do you mean, Fuzzy? All I know for sure is that somebody, for reasons only... And whoever it is, if they can do that... But... even that wouldn't explain how... Something else I noticed was that according to these records, the Fatui have not... What's a descender? Look, I'm sure you must be curious about a very important part of the intel was about this world's descenders. external being traveler. You are to... Huh? So the Fatui count 3 other descenders before the traveler, and her brother isn't even one of... That's right. My current hypothesis is that the first descender was... As for the other descenders, I still need to verify their existence. Paimon's head's... And yet,
Lendária,
even
traz
knowing all
informação,
this,
isso aí.
I'm sure you must still have a lot of unanswered questions. There are many questions in my heart as well. I will need some time to go through each, and soon, you'll also begin your journey, and I'm very interested in your future. If fate is the ultimate knowledge, I'm sure glad we got to... The pleasure is all mine. Alright, that's enough talk for today. If you...
É isso, gente. Vou encerrar por aqui. Até.